Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz Video Recap. Today is Friday, October 20th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable, seroundtable.com over the past week. First up, Google, I think, has started the mobile-first indexing. John Mueller basically said he's not confirming, or he's not not saying that it's officially launched, but for some sites they did actually do the mobile-first indexing. He said it's possible that for individual sites we were kind of already indexing the mobile version, but it's probably like a really small number. He said, I wouldn't see that as saying that we've started with this, but it's more kind of still an experimental phase. So he's not confirming it, but the mobile results are completely going wild for the past couple weeks. We're seeing signs that things are shaking up. Maybe those signs have shown to Google they're not necessarily ready to go mobile-first indexing yet, but Google has done it for at least some sites, and it seems like they're not rolling those sites back. So we'll see. Again, no official confirmation, but in my opinion, Google at least has started the initial process, the early onset process of going mobile-first indexing. Danny Sullivan, who now works at Google, basically shared that Google does these what they call ranking fairs, where search engineers show off to other Googlers what the future search changes are coming. Maybe it's user interface stuff, maybe it's algorithmic, maybe it's different things, but Google has something called a ranking fair, and Danny Sullivan said, people have been asking me what it's like as someone who's been writing about the search industry for a long time, from seeing things from the inside. He said, went to a ranking fair yesterday at Google. It's like a science fair with search engineers in front of displays explaining future changes. He thinks it's awesome. And he's hoping that one day he could actually make one public at least, so they can share it with the people. And he said basically they show things that are going to be rolled out in the future. And that would be pretty cool. I can't imagine Google sharing that, but who knows what Danny Sullivan can convince them to do while he's working at Google. Google said their ranking algorithms are the same for the number 1 to number 10 result, the first page results, as it is for number 11 through 100 or 200. The ranking algorithm doesn't change based on position. It just ranks those results based on position. Google said the change of address tool is unnecessary for HTTPS migrations, which is why it's not supported in the HTTPS. All you need to do are simple redirects, and it will work fine. So that's why they don't have it for the HTTPS migration feature. Google said they may stop crawling the old Ajax schema that they came out with years and years ago, which they deprecated, I think, 2 years ago, but they still crawl escape fragment URLs. Google said they might stop crawling those things soon. They didn't specify the actual date, but they said they might stop crawling Ajax that are done with escape fragment URLs. Google said if you disable right-clicking on URLs or using JavaScript, or you disable copy and paste or those type of things, it does not impact your ranking. You can go ahead and implement that if you feel like you want to. It's kind of annoying to disable right-click. It's kind of annoying to disable copy and paste or copy from a website, but you can do that if you want to, Google said. Google said when it comes to images, try to avoid changing URLs because, again, like we discussed before, Google's image crawling and image indexing and process is a lot slower than the desktop web page indexing components. So when you go ahead and change URLs with indexing images, it takes a longer time, and Google says try to avoid doing that. Google is testing a new desktop format for site links. So you can see here in the screenshot that instead of it being side by side, Google's testing a linear format over there, which is interesting to see. Google's constantly testing, as you know. Google My Business API now is supported, at least for most businesses, not the really large businesses, but for most businesses, in the Google My Business API. So you can actually go ahead and automate or schedule Google My Business posts in the local knowledge graph, which is pretty cool. So I'm waiting for the tools to integrate that as well. Google is testing the local Q&A feature, not just on mobile, which is released, and you can actually get the Q&A feature on mobile, but also on desktop, according to Sergey Alkov. Here's a screenshot showing the Q&A feature on desktop in the local knowledge panel. Google AdWords has released the new AdWords interface to all advertisers. This is something in the making for over a year. and now it's officially live to all advertisers. So if you don't have the new AdWords interface yet, you definitely have access to it now. Google Shopping is testing this pop-up overlay feature for when you click on a shopping ad. I've never seen this before in terms of overlays in the search results, but you can see here in the screenshot, there's the organic search results. If you click on something here in the shopping ads, this overlay comes up and grays out the background and shows you more shopping ads. Again, pretty interesting to see Google testing that. Google AdWords has released a new data report around around days to conversion. So basically, they're introducing a new way to do days conversion reporting. So you can see how long it takes between the ad click and the actual conversion. This is another report around conversion metrics and so forth, which is pretty interesting and useful for advertisers. Google AdWords is rolling out now what they call parallel tracking. Basically, it makes it a little bit faster when you click on an ad. Instead of the ad URL taking you to one URL, redirecting to the landing page, there's going to be no redirection. It's going to basically go ahead and take you directly to the landing page without tracking URLs, and it's going to send behind the scenes, using some browser behind the scenes stuff, the tracking parameters to the advertiser's platform, the ad platform. So it's taking the user directly to the landing page. It's actually sending behind the scenes ad tracking parameters, and Google started rolling this out, and it will be the default way Google handles tracking stuff in early 2018. So make sure, Google said, that your ad platform does support it. Bing Ads has redone their overviews tab. It's much more graphical. It's much more cooler to drag and drop and customize stuff. Here's a screenshot. It's way cooler than the previous version. So hopefully advertisers are happy about that with Bing Ads. On a sad note, we lost Eric Ward, the founding father of link building in the industry. His nickname was Link Moses because he was the founding father. He passed away at the age of 58 a few days ago. And the industry is shocked and saddened by his loss. He was so fundamental. He was involved in the SEO community before it was called SEO. He, again, was the father of link building. He worked for Amazon, PBX, Disney, NBC Sports, and so on. He's been such a big contributor to the industry, that having another person lost like that is a major loss to the community, of course, to its family and friends. I can't imagine what they're going through. I posted literally dozens and dozens and dozens of comments from the industry around his loss. So if you want to take a look at that and what he meant to a lot of people, definitely take a look at that. I posted about it, I think, yesterday or the day before. And finally, we are losing industry people constantly, unfortunately. As we get older and the industry grows, people have been lost. We've reported about dozens of people who have been lost across the industry on our site. And I thought it would be nice if we just said something nice about SEO while they're living, as opposed to waiting for them to pass away and then saying something nice about them. So what I did was I created this form, a Google Doc form. You can fill it out either here or click on the link and fill it out on Google Docs forms, and share something nice that you have experience with an SEO, SEM who may have changed your life, who may have helped you in the industry. Share that story. I will then go ahead and review it, and then hopefully share that story on the Search Engine Roundtable, maybe once a week, maybe once a day, depending on how many we get. We can share multiple stories, multiple people who have helped change your life. Whoever it was, maybe a Googler, maybe an SEO, maybe a PPCer, maybe a social media person. Share the story here. We will go ahead and review it, and hopefully share it with the community on our site. So again, I think it's a good idea, and hopefully we'll go ahead and share that information. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Again, my name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the search news we covered over at the search engine industry at Search Engine Roundtable, SEOroundtable.com over the past week. Again, today is Friday, October 20th. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Bye.